Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soule.
And welcome to Community Conversations. I hope you're having a great day because I can tell you it's a great time around Indian River County. The temperatures have dropped a little bit. People are feeling a little more comfortable. We're slowly swinging into season, whatever that means in the days of almost done with COVID, but not quite. So we are here today to talk about some things that have been going on in our community and will be continuing in our community. And as you have probably figured out if you're a regular around this time, we have a variety of different people that come on and have conversations about our community. It is not just about Treasure Coast Community Health as a primary care place, but if you are looking for great primary care providers, whether it's medical, dental, behavioral health, please give us a call at 257-8224. But now that I'm done with that, I want to welcome Carole Jean Jordan and her sidekick, Ryan, both here from the Tax Collector's Office. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure. I was just saying before we started, I've been around to your place a couple of different times due to my teenager and his driving experiences. So I feel like we're really on a friend basis these days.
Between that and the Duck Derby, that was so much fun.
It was. Absolutely.
Ryan worked really, really hard on that. It was a fun event.
It was so awesome to have Ryan walk in the office on the Friday before Sunday's event and say, my staff have just been talking up the Duck Derby, and here's all the duck monies that people have bought tickets for. So thank you both very much.
You're welcome.
It was
we appreciate them. They did a nice job.
And as you told me, and I think Ryan reinforced it, it's not just the Duck Derby that you all have supported. You have supported a lot of different independent not-for-profits around the community. You want to talk about any of those?
Sure, Ryan. Of course, the tax collector's own program is Kids Tag Art, and so Ryan handles all of that. So Ryan, why don't you give them a brief on it?
So we do appreciate all of our nonprofits and what they do for our citizens in our county. Our Kids Tag Art program, of course, is for our school districts and also private and public. And we are funneling money back into their arts programs by the Kids Tag Art program. But other programs besides the Duck Derby was American Cancer Society Breast Awareness.
In October.
Making strides against breast cancer. Of course, the Sheriff's Youth Ranch will come up in the spring. We sell tickets for that. And of course, we have our popular candy at the counters. And just recently, we sent a check over to the Veterans Council of Indian River County for $1,800.
That's awesome.
We have little things here and there, but it does add up over time.
So that just erases the guilt that I've put in those cans to take the candy on my many trips over to your place.
Yeah, I think this month or last month we were doing breast cancer for candy, but normally we do the Veterans Council, and we've given them how much in total? Since we started.
Which was back in 2017 when we started. It was, so far, I think, total funds sent over to them was about $17,000.
Wow, that is amazing.
Started in 2017 and 17. It is not. I mean, considering we're just selling candy bars.
Yeah.
But it hopefully not too many.
Thank you to all the community members like myself that are
buying them.
Yes. Particularly during COVID, when you've gone to more of an appointment-based system. Really, you get in and out very quickly. So purchasing those candy bars is not a have to. It's certainly a joy to be able to have that.
And hopefully it makes the experience a little bit more pleasant.
There's nothing wrong with candy.
Well, talking about how many people come in the office, we met with the county commission this morning and presented our excess funds, but I did something that I haven't done before, and I had our finance department, of which Ryan is part of, figure out how many total transactions we'd had in our fiscal year, which of course ends in September. So we had, now this is during COVID, it includes all the inside as well as the front line, 460,875 completed transactions.
Wow.
And the dollar amount, which of course we don't get to keep, but the dollar amount is $401,535,538.66.
That is a lot of transactions.
It's a lot of transactions. It's a lot of work. And I say 66 cents because I think it's so important that everything we do is balanced to the penny. Mm-hmm. And I have to give our finance department kudos because, as you can imagine, things get really busy up front, and sometimes we don't give customers their change back, so we chase that down until we figure out who we owe. We may owe some money to, or maybe they owe us. It goes both ways. Or you find a quarter on the floor where you just can't pick it up and put it in a change drawer. We take it back to finance so they can put it in miscellaneous funds. But we're very proud of how well we balance our funds, and of course it's required. It's Florida law, but we're really happy with what we do.
So when we talk about all those transactions and all that money that flows through your area, does that include the things that are like real estate transactions where somebody might pay their taxes online or via check?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And it's interesting. I'll give you some more statistics. Currently, we started collecting taxes. We actually started about a week before, but the bills have to go out by November 1st.
Right.
And like I said, they went out about a week early, which we like to do because people are anxious. They're calling us, when's the tax bill coming out? I don't have it. I want to pay
for
it.
Early payment.
They
exactly.
do. And they're just conscientious. This is a good conscientious county.
Yeah.
But in 2021, so far, this is as of yesterday, we've had 15,469 parcels paid. And that's 16.5% of the total tax roll. And in 2020, I'll just give you the percentage, we only had 14% paid. So we're up 2.5%. I think that says a lot, again, about the county. I think people are conscientious and want to make sure everything's safe at home. Mm-hmm. Keep those things taken care of. And the sad part is on our tangible taxes, we're down 5% in people paying. And I think that some businesses we'll find have closed.
Yes.
Some are taking a longer time. They need to keep their money as long as they can because they've had a tough time surviving.
Yeah, that cash flow is really hurt.
But we're anticipating, we've collected already 42 million, 41.7, but we're anticipating 332.4 million is our anticipated
for the tangibles.
Revenue. Mm-hmm. No, for real estate and tangibles, yes.
Okay.
And what you were just talking about, online, so far people have paid 41% of the bills have been paid online. And of that, 86% have been paid by electronic checking, which you give us your bank routing number and your account number, which is extremely secure. I can assure you of that. And there is no fee.
And certainly people have come to trust and understand that more over time. I can remember when my parents were still alive, it was like, oh, no, you must carry that check to the office.
Right. And that's fine. You can mail it, and you still don't pay a fee. But a lot of people like to do online or mail, and that's certainly a way to not have to make it. You don't have to make an appointment to pay your taxes, though. You can just pop in and hand it to the clerk, and she'll take care of it for you.
Is there anything else that's on a walk-in basis?
Emergencies.
Okay.
And I say we're, Martin County, just for your information, has had, they've been shut down for several weeks. They've had issues down there. And so we've handled several of their emergencies. And people that we find that people don't always make their appointment time. Mm-hmm. So if you're patient, and you have something that really needs to be taken care of, we're happy to help you. That's what we're there for. If we're not busy, we're going to take care of you.
That sounds
if
like
we're
us.
lined up out the door, then we hope that we can help you at a later date. Or we have the drive-throughs. Both the main office and 82nd Avenue both have drive-throughs, and they can handle your handicap placards, your little yellow sticker, all of that type thing.
But
they can take your tax bill.
Like for cars, those would have to come into the office.
That has to be done in-house. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
It's an amazing process when you think about all the different types of transactions that your staff deal with every day.
Yes.
So when we come back, think about this. if you were trying to convince me to work for you, which wouldn't be a hard sell some days.
Well, we like what you do, Vicki, please.
Thank you. I love what I do, too. It's just, every job has its moments. So think about, how would you explain to me what my orientation might be like? I think that'd be very interesting for our folks to hear.
Okay.
Treasure Coast Community Health strives to make filling prescriptions a fast, easy, and stress-free process with in-house pharmacies that are now open at our Gifford, Oslo, and Fellsmere locations. You can visit your doctor and pick up your scripts under one roof. Free and reduced prescriptions are available. To learn more about how TCCH can assist with your medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmaceutical needs, please visit tcchinc.org or call 772-257-TCCH.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
The Tommy Bahama brand is legendary for its sophisticated interpretation of inspired island living. Right now at Sunshine Furniture, you save another 10% on all Tommy Bahama home and Lexington furniture during our Home for the Holidays event. Experience the casual comfort of the islands with designs made of exotic natural materials and rich finishes. We invite you to make life one long weekend with the cool and casual style of Tommy Bahama. At Sunshine Furniture, our showroom is filled with the largest selection of coastal indoor dining and bedroom sets, sofas, sleeper sofas, recliners, and slipcover groups by Four Seasons, Capri, Classic Rattan, Universal, and Hooker, all in stock for immediate delivery. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget our outlet and sales store directly across the street. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza next to Planet Fitness in Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and don't forget our outlet and sales store directly across the street.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, my name is Vicki Soule. I'm the CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health and the delighted hostess of this Community Conversation show for now going on to 4 years. I love it because not only does it get me out of the office, as opposed to being chained in, but more to the point, it helps me, and I hope it helps you, learn about different things that are going on in our community, and to the degree that we don't get a chance to ask. Before the break, I asked Carole Jean Jordan, our tax collector, and her pal, Ryan, if I were to think about applying for a job, could you describe to me what your orientation process is like? Because your office handles so many different things. How in the world do you organize it so that it sort of sticks and people can be as pleasant as they are?
And they are, and I thank goodness for our staff. I think they're absolutely amazing because they handle a lot of stress and they handle it well with a big smile.
Yeah.
And I think that's our number one requirement when we hire people is I need that smile. And we've had one or two that just didn't have the smile, and one came back and she says, "What have I done wrong? What can I do well in the next interview?" And so because she was so interested, we hired her. And it was, you almost need to put a mirror in front of somebody so they remember to smile. But you're absolutely right, Vicki. It's 6 months before you're really comfortable talking to a customer. Our training is very thorough. It's several months with our trainers, and they go through everything. And it's funny, I have the list because we put together our transactions today just to give it to the county on all the things that we've done. And it's just not, your driver's license and your car tags and, of course, your registration, but then you also have these cars and people that come in from out of state. So you remember when you did Real ID and you had to get your little gold star. And, of course, a lot of these people are just moving here and maybe their passports and their legal documents are in the safe deposit box. So they have to learn to say, you're going to have to go get that in a nice way that doesn't offend people. They need their car titles. They need all those kind of things. We've certainly gone through that with Evergreen Media and Planet Vero folks with cars, and I won't name anybody in particular, but it's a process, and to know what they know, and we have all kinds of reference materials, but Tallahassee's just changed over to a new software system which habitually goes down every Friday and every Monday. And so they deal with that. And part of our training is that. But you're never by yourself. In the beginning, they sit with another trainer, keeps an eye on them as they wait on the customers. But the amount of training is just tremendous. And all that, hunting and fishing license, which that's a pretty easy one now. They've made the whole process easier. But we also, at West Office, we have TSA PreCheck, where you can get your documents to fly.
I didn't know that.
Yes, we do. And we're only allowed to have it at West. It's all up to the company that provides it. It's, of course, through the government, but they have rules. And
Is that on 82nd?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you make an appointment for that. You actually go on Ademia's, I believe it's called Ademia's website, but you can go to TSA PreCheck and it'll pull up and you sign in and they give you an appointment and you're in and out probably in 10 minutes.
That's great.
It was very quiet, as you might imagine, during COVID, but it's all picked back up. We're as busy as ever. We do the concealed weapon program where you can come in, and actually Indian River was the first county in the state to be able to do that, first tax collector's office. And we do your application. You type that into the computer. We take your picture. We do your fingerprints, and it's electronically submitted to Tallahassee, and it's a much, much quicker process.
Now, I've seen the photos constantly, because they're used for so many different ID types. But fingerprinting is also done there. In the CW process, we have to do fingerprints. Now, that's a totally independent section of our office. It's very secure, and you're in with a young lady named Wendy who takes care of it. And 3 of our offices do the concealed weapon programs, both West Office and then Sebastian does it as well. Then we also, as I said, do the renewals. And we'd like at some point to do the replacements, but that has to be they have to add another paragraph somewhere for us to do that. You could have been running Treasure Coast Community Health. You look for gaps and you fill them.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
Exactly. That's what we did with concealed weapons. We really felt like it should be done in tax collect. We're one-stop shopping.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do to improve the customer experience. Somebody once said it's like when somebody moves here, we're the place they come to get all the documents they need. If they need to file for homestead, they come to us and get their driver's license. They get their voter registration is done through the driver's license prompt. So they do all those things and head over to the property appraiser's office and file for homestead.
So what kind of response do you guys get from out-of-staters as they come through the line?
Especially the New England folks, they absolutely love it. Because we hear horror stories about their experiences up north of literally having to take a full day and maybe still not accomplishing it. And we usually can get them in and out if they have their documents within 45 minutes to an hour.
That's amazing. Are there online resources to inform people what kinds of documents they need for various tasks that they'd like to accomplish?
Absolutely. You can go and you can search on our website, irctax.com, or you can search specifically. When you make your appointment for a driver's license, for instance, it's going to give you the information that you need to come in, especially if it's a first-time license, where now you need your, a gentleman needs his birth certificate, he needs his Social Security card, and needs 2 pieces of mail where he resides. Women, we have it harder than the guys, I'm afraid to say. So
all the way back to birth.
Absolutely back to birth. So we have to bring that birth certificate and those marriage license. Or if you have a passport, that takes care of all that except for the social. So yes.
That's an amazing process.
It is.
You have your most experienced people then up at the desk in terms of routing and taking care of folks?
The reception desk, I think, takes a certain personality. You need to be there with that smile. I think Ryan's worked the reception desk. I certainly have.
Finance. So
yeah, and we're we try to make sure if we do have to send somebody away, which we try never to do that we give them all the information they need to come back. But again, so much of the information is on the website. Yes, I know it's confusing. It's confusing because we do so many things.
Exactly.
But it's there. Our phone counts have gone, well, we had one clerk really answering the phones pre-COVID. Now we have 4 to 5. Our phone counts for the year were 120,000 phone calls.
I believe that.
Unbelievable.
People have gotten much more accustomed to letting their fingers do the walking because they never know what's going to be at the end zone if they go there physically.
Yes.
Will it be by appointment? Will it be closed?
I agree with you.
You know,
I agree with
have
you.
limited hours and so.
And it's frustrating to us to not be able to answer the calls as quickly as we'd like to. So I just do recommend go on that website, scroll around on it. There's a lot of information there that people can get. We have how many?
We also have the tax chat. So when they go on the website, we actually have employees that will chat with you on our website to answer questions that way if you're more apt to wanting to do that one. And that's usually a little quicker sometimes to get through than the phone lines.
I can believe that.
And how may we help you?
That's our email address. So we can answer via email. And we have quite a few employees that look at that constantly through the day to make and get back to them as timely as we can.
But I have to say, I've been there just after lunch and heard people grouse, you know. They shouldn't be closed from 12 to 1. Don't you think that's part of the smile package? You know, hungry women aren't as ready to smile.
Well, again, it was something that came about with COVID and with having people on set hours. You know, we used to come in at different hours to cover lunches and that sort of things. Once COVID hit, we had to kind of realign all our thinking. I mean, many of us worked out in the driveway, taking title work through the drive-through with customers just handing us their stuff, and we'd say, when it's ready, we'll call you and you can write us a check. And I mean, literally, they look like hazmat ladies and gentlemen in their outfits.
With the times and
we did
what we knew.
And that was when we switched to the lunch hour being all the same, and that way everybody's back at the same time. So again, the appointments, it works out much better. Will we change it? We don't know. We're still looking at things, and as we said earlier, we're implementing a new sophisticated queuing system, which will include the appointments. Which the appointment system we have right now, we literally threw together in the first few weeks. Our IT director, who's just amazing, he found it and implemented it just within a few days when COVID hit.
Yeah.
When we were working out in the street.
Yeah, literally.
Yes.
So. You mentioned the kids' tags, and those are through the school art departments, I presume?
Correct. So this is all fifth graders in Indian River County have the chance to draw a license plate for the front of the car, not the back, but the front of the car. And they are adjudicated by professional artists as well as some celebrity artists or celebrity personnel. And this year we were actually able to secure funds from some great sponsors like Joseph Premier Real Estate is one of our major sponsors, as well as Route 60 Hyundai. And so this year we're looking to put back into the school systems, into their art programs, close to $12,000.
That's amazing.
Just for their art programs, because in today's time, if a program gets cut, it's usually the arts. And I personally have degrees in the art area as far as music. And so it's very near and dear to my heart to see the arts flourish and to see the kids. And it's a great way for kids to express themselves creatively, emotionally, kind of stuff. So I think it's a viable program. But this year, we're also going to get our teachers involved that they get to compete against each other. So we have an overall county winner, which means our judges pick from one person, one child's artwork out of what could be 1,300 submissions.
Wow.
And then the teachers, there will be probably 25 submissions, and the teachers get to go against each other as well.
So if somebody comes into the office and they see artwork there that they like, can they buy it? Is it plastic?
They can buy it right there.
They can have it on their car as long as they want.
And it's metal.
It's metal.
Oh, it's metal.
It's metal. And you can get matching keychain.
It goes from paper with a template to a printer, which is now going to be done all locally. Ryan's worked that out.
Okay.
And they're also one of our donors, if you will, because they're very concerned with the product. And so they print it on metal, which is usually prettier. It brings out the depth of the colors and everything. So
cool stuff.
And we have little key tags.
And pretty much all the artwork can be put on anything imaginable. T-shirts, hats, keychains.
Just ask while they're there.
Mouse pads.
The travel thermoses that everybody's into, like the Yeti cups.
Right.
So we can put all that artwork. And
that's fantastic.
Yeah, and we sold them over the weekend at the Clam Bake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I hate to close us off so suddenly because there's lots more I could ask and you could describe, but we're running out of time. So I want to thank you both for making time in your schedules today to share with us, and come back again.
Thank you for having us, Vicki. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for staying on to the end. Next week we'll have more interesting guests, but I'm not going to tell you who. Stay tuned and have a great day. Bye-bye.